All right, in 2.4, we're going to continue what we did in 2.3 and just learn more about linear equations. So that's what we're doing in 2.3, lines, equations that make lines. So we're just doing the same stuff. So here we have another example of how an equation can be written that's a line. This is point-slope form. So in 2.3, we learned slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Anybody remember what slope-intercept form is? Y equals mx plus b. In point-slope form, that's y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So where x1 and y1 is a point. So all we need to do is plug in our point and our slope, and then we just have point-slope form. So if a line passes through negative 5, 2 with slope 3, 5, what's the equation of a line? So what's our slope? 3 over 5, so we're going to plug that in. And then our point is negative 5, 2. So what's our x1? Negative 5. And what's our y1? 2. So I just plug in x1, y1, and our slope. So y minus, what's our y1? 2 is equal to, what's our slope? 3 over 5 times x minus, how do I put minus negative 5? It becomes a plus. Awesome. So when it's minus a negative, you have to change the sign. It becomes a plus. And that's our answer.
If you don't change to a plus, it points off.
Yep, because it'd be wrong. So we have to find the slope. Plug in x1, y1, x2, y2. So 8 minus 2 over 5 minus 3. 8 minus 2 is what?
6 over 2.
And 5 minus 3 is 2, so this gives us 3. So 3 is our slope. Now we can take our slope and either one of our points and put it into point-slope form. So just a reminder, our point-slope form is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So I have y minus, what's y1?
2.
2. And that's equal to, what's our m?
3.
3 times,
X minus 2.
awesome. Perfect. And that's our equation. So this one was just a little bit different because we had to find our slope first. Any questions here? All right, next. Next we have standard form. So standard form is written as our coefficient times x plus our coefficient times y is equal to the constant, which is the number without a variable. So it'll be written as like x plus y equals a number. We can say c. So just some number here. You'll have a number in front of the x, a number in front of the y, and just a number for c. So we have to get it in this order. X, y, then the number, equals the number. So in number 3, we have to put it into standard form. So I want it to be x, y equals the number. So how do I get my x to the other side? Paula. So I'm moving this whole x to the other side. X is being added on the right side, so how do I move it to the other side? Subtract. So don't be afraid because I have fractions. I'm just moving that whole fraction with me. So I'm subtracting 3/4 x on both sides. Can I combine y and negative 3/4 x? No. Which one do I want to write first? The x, because I need my standard form to be x and then y. So negative 3 over 4x plus y. And what am I left with on the right side once this cancels? Negative 5. And that's my standard form. All right, let's look at the next one. We have to write the equation in standard form. So that's the one that goes x, y equals the number. So how do I get my x to the other side? Subtract what? 1/2 x. So I'm subtracting 1/2 x to both sides. Can I combine y and negative 1/2 x? No. So what do I have to write first? I write the x first because that's what comes first. Negative 1/2 x plus y. And what's that equal to? Negative 2. Any questions here? So with these, you're just rearranging your equation. If you move it to the other side of the equal sign, you have to do the inverse operation. So if it's positive, you're adding, you have to subtract to move it to the other side. All right, next one. What should I do? I have to add 7 because I want to move that to the other side. So I'm adding 7x. Can I combine y and 7x? No. What do I have to put first? 7x. What comes next? Plus y. And what's that equal to? Negative 9. Awesome. Any questions? So here's just kind of a little summary. We have slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So m is the slope, b is your y-intercept. You use this form when you know the slope and the y-intercept, because then you just plug it in. We have point-slope form, which is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, where x1 and y1 are the coordinates of a point. We use this form when you know the slope and the point, or when you know 2 points. Because if we know 2 points, we can find the slope. Just like how we did in example 2. And then lastly, we have standard form, which is ax plus by is equal to c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a and b cannot be both 0. So when possible, you write the coefficients of x and y and the constant term as integers. So that's just saying in this order that you have a coefficient times x plus a coefficient times y is equal to the constant. So these are your 3 forms: slope-intercept, point-slope, and standard form. So for your test, you'll have to know all 3. And what's our slope formula? Awesome. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is our slope. So these are the formulas that you'll need to know. All right, we have 2 more examples for today. So it says, what are the intercepts of 3x plus 5y is equal to 15? And graph the equation. Anybody know what intercepts means? Where it crosses the x-axis and the y-axis. So the x-intercept crosses the x-axis and the y-intercept crosses the y-axis. To find our x-intercept, we plug in 0 for y. To find our y-intercept, we plug in 0 for x. So you do the opposite. So let's plug in 0 for y and find our x-intercept. I have 3x plus 5. I'm plugging in 0 for y, so 5 times 0 is equal to 15. What should I do first to solve? Multiply what? What's 5 times 0? 0. So I have 3x is equal to 15. What do I do next to solve for x? Divide by 3 and divide by 3. That's how we find the x-intercept. 0 for x. So it's always the opposite. What's 15 divided by 3? 5. So x is equal to 5. So on the x-axis, we cross it at 5. So let's put that point on our graph. Is x-axis the horizontal or the vertical one? Horizontal. So we're going to go to 5 and put a point there. All right, now let's find the y-intercept. So this is where we cross the y-axis, so we have to plug in 0 for x. So I have 3 times 0 plus 5y is equal to 15. What should I do first? Multiply 3 and 0, so that would just give us 0. So 5y is equal to 15. Bless you. And then what should I do? Divide by 5. So y is equal to, what's 15 divided by 5? 3. So on my y-axis, I'm going to cross that at 3. Can I draw my line now? Yep. Once I have 2 points, I just connect the dots. There's my line. Our x-intercept, our y-intercept, plot those points, and then connect your dots to graph. Any questions here? So we're doing the same thing here, finding the intercepts and then graphing. So to find my x-intercept, what do I need to do? Find the x-intercept, I have to plug in what for y? So I plug in 0 for y. So I would have 2x plus 5 times 0 is equal to negative 10. Lucas, what do I do first?
You have to subtract both sides by 5.
What's happening to the 5?
Oh, multiplying by 0.
What's 5 times 0?
0.
0. So 2x is equal to negative 10. And then what should I do?
Divide.
Divide by what?
2.
2. What's negative 10 divided by 2?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. So my x-intercept is negative 5. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my graph. Put it on the side over here. Where's that negative 5 going to go? Am I going to go up, down, left, or right? Left. So it's on the x-axis. I'm going to go to the left because it's negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my first point. Now I want to find my y-intercept. What do I need to do to find my y-intercept? Plug in 0 for x. So I have 2 times 0 plus 5 times y is equal to negative 10. What do I do first to solve? Multiply 2 and 0. So that's 0. So 5y is equal to negative 10. Joshua, what should I do next? Divide by 5. So what's y equal to?
2.
Negative 2. So on my graph, where's that point going to go? Do I go up, down, left, or right? Down 2. Awesome. Do I have enough information to graph? Yeah, I have 2 points, so I just connect my dots.